Well, I have a problem. I have tiny chickens. This is one of our Saramas. It's not going to get too much bigger than this. This is one of the new chicks that I made a brooder for last week. They need to be integrated into the flock. Give me a second, I'll show you how big they are. Now this is Betty. She is one of the sweetest, most calm chickens we have. Even Betty will kill those babies and the Saramas because they're little. These little he's about to attack me, so if I jump, it's because I'm avoiding a rooster. He doesn't like me messing with his girls. But even chickens are not sweet, nice creatures. They're little raptor heathens. Anyway, I'm going to build a safety box for these smaller chickens so they can integrate into the flock faster but still be safe. I'm getting that homestead workout in this morning. So I decided to make it out of cinder blocks and some old hardy board that the previous owners left on the property. I guess I'll get started stacking those cinder blocks. They're gonna have food and water in it, maybe a roost in here. And we can just lift the top up to feed them and water them. And next I'm gonna take care of the front. Alright, the measurement of the front is 44 by 15, so I'm gonna get started cutting the slats to make my run-through door. Now I'm going to go head in and put it together. I forgot I needed a way to make it stay together. So I forgot the orientation of the cinder blocks, which means these won't work, but 2 more cinder blocks will work. Okay, I got my 2 cinder blocks, so I'm going to set that up, and then I'm actually going to put the whole cage that the Saramas are in here and just leave the door open so they feel more secure and have a familiar space. And then tomorrow I'll take the cage out and just leave their food and water in. So they can get out and they'll be able to get through those bars, but still be able to escape back into here when the big chickens scare them. Come on, Mabel, get off of there. So that is what it's going to look like. And that will be the smaller temporary coop for the Saramas and the chicks until the chicks get acclimated to the rest of the flock. And we actually have a separate coop that we're building for the Saramas that is an actual coop. It is really hot outside. I decided to come in here to finish up the video and talk about what I just made. I got the idea when I watched the Hollars, not their most recent video, but the one before that where they just got back from visiting Roots and Refuge. He made a box with some slats so his chicks could go in and out and escape the bigger chickens. Since I have Bantam chickens and I only have one chicken yard right now, I want them to be able to have more room than that little cage they were in than they had in there. I also have 16 chicks that are going to be full-size chickens that I need to integrate with the rest of the flock. They might be meat birds. 4 of them are layers, but the other 12 we actually hatched to be meat birds. If they turn out to be extra cool looking or have a good personality or good layers or whatever, we may not butcher them, but I hatched them to eat. I want them to be able to cohabitate with my other chickens, but I don't really need to have them in the coop, the main coop. The chicken yard is pretty secure and the bobcat doesn't come around in summer per the neighbor. It's usually a winter thing, and by winter those chickens will be gone. And we're building a separate coop with a separate chicken yard for the bantams. We only have 4 Serama hens right now, and they'll probably start laying, I'm thinking, in December after monsoon. And then we will be going to look for a rooster, probably in Phoenix, because there are more Serama breeders in Phoenix, and I don't want to get a rooster from the same breeder that we got these hens from. Anyway, so you might be wondering why I made it out of cinder blocks and a piece of scrap wood and that other separate thing. Why is it all separate? Well, I don't want that in there forever. I want it to be able to be broken down and stored out of the way. So the cinder blocks I can just put wherever. I may eventually build a more permanent box for this sort of thing if I decide that the bantams are okay with the full-size chickens in one giant yard. They'll still have a separate coop, but I may have them all in the same yard because we're gonna have a huge chicken yard. But I want to be able to store it somewhere and not have a giant bulky box that I'm trying to store. Find room for that somewhere because we only have an acre. I thought that making it sectional would be easier for future storage. I will probably redo the front. That was all scrap wood from the Muse, from the windows on Ken's Muse. It's very raggedy looking, as I'm sure you noticed, so I'll probably build something that is actually modular, out of wood, that bolts together or something, and then I can just store it flat. Up, I don't know. I'll be able to store it flat somewhere. But anyway, there it is. We'll see how it works out. Let me know what you think below, and am I making a mistake trying to cohabitate all these different sizes of chickens? Would you do it? Why or why not? Let me know below. That is it for this week's video. I will catch you in a few days on the vlog, and thanks for watching.